Twitter has a new rival, and this one could pose the biggest threat yet. On Wednesday, Facebook owner Meta launched a new app called Threads, with millions signing up in the first couple of hours. The Instagram-linked app offers a quick sign-up experience and shares many similarities to Twitter, from real-time conversations online to a similar layout. Threads joins a growing list of Twitter alternatives amid the platform's rocky changes. All right, let's discuss all this with Josh Constine, a venture partner at venture capital firm Signalfire. Thank you so much for being here with us. So, I outlined some of the similarities between the two, but just how similar or different is Threads to Twitter?
You would be forgiven for mistaking that you were actually on Twitter while using Threads. But I think what we're all finding out today is whether those pretty cool people we follow on Instagram are actually any funny at all, because that's what it really comes down to here. It is a shift in attention from Instagram's historic area in the photo and video space to the sort of witty quip tech space that Twitter has long tried to control. But as Mark Zuckerberg has been saying, Twitter has had over a decade to build up a billion user public square, and it's failed. And so with all of the kind of tumultuous employment change, bugs driving advertisers away that's going on at Twitter right now, Facebook saw its opportunity to kind of seize on that, jump in with this new competitor called Threads, and try to steal Twitter's future. It's not really about stealing Twitter's current users. It's about preventing it from growing in the future by claiming all those mainstream users who've never even tried Twitter.
All right, so the ground seems ripe for competition. Since the announcement, we've seen millions of people join, but that's also what we saw with a few of the Twitter rivals that popped into existence since the Musk takeover. Mastodon, Post, for instance, but the user base has declined fairly dramatically. So do you think Threads will actually pose a threat to Twitter?
So Threads already has over 5 million users that have signed up. That's only 0.25% of the total Instagram user base, but already more than most of those offshoot competitors. And that means it has a real opportunity, because when people join Instagram Threads, instead of starting from scratch like they would if they joined Twitter or Blue Sky or Mastodon, they can start with essentially all of their Instagram followers. And that makes it feel like you're not shouting into the void, like somebody's actually listening out there. And it gives an opportunity for you to have that Twitter style experience with people you actually care about or know in real life. And I think that is the most exciting part about this. It's a good enough product with your existing social graph. And if you remember, that's the exact same formula that Instagram used to steal stories away from Snapchat, becoming one of Instagram's most popular features. But that time, Instagram made stories part of its core app. In fact, it stuck it right at the top, versus Threads is a fully standalone app. So its ongoing popularity will in large part hinge on whether Meta and Instagram are willing to heavily promote Threads inside of Instagram and maybe even give it a big chunk of the home screen.
I mean, all of this tumult around Twitter and the fact that Threads even has popped into existence now, I mean, it seems like a self-inflicted wound by Elon Musk. Are you surprised at all of the moves that he's been making that have sort of created all of this confusion?
Laying off huge numbers of the staff, introducing massive changes to the algorithm that have both angered core users and created massive bugs, repelling advertisers by letting trolls and hate speechers back onto the platform. I think Facebook was right to say that this is a moment of chaos over at Twitter and an opportunity for it to seize on it. But Instagram is also taking its eye off the ball of what made it popular in the first place, which was sharing with friends and family. And now there's a whole new crop of social apps coming up that are trying to steal that opportunity away from Instagram. At our fund Signalfire, we use an investment AI technology called Beacon to track some of the ex-employees of Instagram who might be going on to start new social apps, including one called Retro, which was started by some former directors at Instagram and is aimed squarely at taking that friends and family sharing use case away from Instagram. So while it's paying attention to Twitter's tumultuousness and trying to steal its public use case, it's that more personal, private friends and family use case that Instagram stands to lose if it's not careful.
Yeah, and Twitter is planning to add, or has already added a few features that are sort of targeting some of the messaging features from Facebook and WhatsApp and so on. So the competition sort of goes both ways. I want to just, with our final seconds here, talk about, there's competition between the apps, but there's also seems to be a personal animus between the two. At one point, Musk teased about a cage match, which Mark Zuckerberg accepted. Is this just theater, or do they really, you think, loathe each other as much as they seem?
I think Elon has long given that very edgy public personality. And meanwhile, Mark Zuckerberg has been trying to become more relatable, more funny, more real. But he's also been training in martial arts, doing incredibly intense strength training and endurance training. I would not want to fight him. And I don't think Elon should want to fight him either. And that's why Elon's mom said, no, this fight is not going to happen. It's a convenient out for him. So I don't think that Twitter stands to win that battle in a cage or this battle on the app right now.
All right, we shall see. Fascinating stuff. Josh Constantine, thanks you so much for being here with us. Appreciate it.
My pleasure.